Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. I thought I would start this video approaching quarter two on the morning of Saturday, 23rd of December, 2023 Eastern Time. So just before I continue, I thought I would mention that I invite anyone who likes the video to click that like button, and anyone who wants to subscribe to click that subscribe button. Please note that I do try to put out videos, whether short or longer form ones, at least every other week. So, start off with, this has to do with grades given out by Ryan Rashog, the main co-host of the Gotcha Bag, one of the main co-hosts of the Gotcha Bag podcast, Mike Johnson, also color commentator for TSN games, for TSN broadcast of games the Leafs play, and Pierre LeBrun, another TSN insider. Grades given out to all 7 of Canada's NHL teams. I include the Raptors in my response because I believe they also deserve the grade. So, start off with the Canucks. Overall, very good season so far. A great season. I saw the Canucks going into this season as a potential playoff team, as I did not think the Canucks would finish third or higher. The Canucks are well on their way to finishing in third or higher in the Pacific Division. It's 47 points over 34 games. Tied with the Golden Knights, but on regulation wins, Canucks have an advantage. Well, that's a good thing. So I'm going to use the Faculty of Arts and Science grading scale. And even if the Canucks end up losing their game against San Jose Sharks in regulation on Saturday Eastern Time, well, of Canadian teams, only the Leafs, Sens, and Flames all join the Canucks in having games left to play before Western Christmas break. And then there's a big one in Wednesday, next week, Wednesday Eastern Time, is when NHL teams resume. It'll be the World Juniors on relatively soon too. So, thought I would do is go to. So yeah, Canucks I give a grade of excellent, according to the definition of an A grade by the Faculty of Arts and Science of the University of Toronto's St. George campus. So you want a short video a little bit on those, but again, so 8 stars is the minimum grade I would give the Canucks. Jets are in really good position too, and yes, the Canucks have a commanding 14-point lead over the 4th place Pacific Division Calgary Flames. The Jets, with 43 points over 32 games, are in a tight race, 3-way race for a top spot. But even if the Jets don't finish up there, even if the Jets don't finish up in first, I mean, it's hard to fault the Jets for doing so well. Of course, where the Jets will drop off later on in the season, we'll have to see what happens. But indeed, the Preds are 5 points back, the Coyotes 7. But, in terms of the Blues, the Jets are 10 points ahead. So, overall, pretty good. The Jets can keep on motoring along after the Western Christmas break. So, I just a lot of dust in the air. So I give the Jets a grade of 7.5 stars or more. So now I'm going to go with the Habs, and the Habs have been expected to do quite well this season in a rebuild. And yes, the Habs are not in a playoff spot. They're 3 points out of one, but with the Hurricanes having struggled, really it's been 9 points over the last 10 games. So yeah, the Caps having struggled, the Bolts having struggled, the Wings having the Habs are right in the mix with a 53.0 point percentage via 35 points over 33 games. The Habs do not have any more games to play until next week. So overall, I give the Habs a grade of not lower than 7, but still below 8 stars out of 10. So now I'm going to move on to number 4. In terms of ratings, I'm going to see the Calgary Flames. So Flames have pretty much met expectations. And a grade I would give is 6 stars out of 10, but less than 7. At least 6 stars, but less than 7. The Flames are right in the mix, which is a good thing. They are in a I mean, they have earned half the available points following last preseason via 33 points over 33 games, via a 14-14, 1-4 win, regulation loss, OT loss, shootout loss record. Flames have one more game to play, and that will be on Saturday Eastern Time at Crypto.com Arena against the local Kings squad. Yeah, Kings have struggled a little bit, so maybe the Flames will win that one. But again, who knows? Pretty much anything goes out west in the Western Conference, and even in the Pacific Division. Hey, Canucks have lost a game against the San Jose Sharks, so yeah, things can take a surprising turn. But again, the Canucks are, again, the Flames are still have ways to go to catch the Kings for a top 3 divisional spot at 7 points, so they can narrow the deficit to 5 with a regulation win. If a shootout or overtime win, they can narrow it to 6. But again, the Canucks are closer, the Flames are closer to a wild card spot. So overall, 6 stars out of 10 at a minimum, but fewer than 7. So yeah, so I've covered now the Canucks, Jets, Habs, and Flames. So now I'm going to go to the remaining 14. So we're going to do the Leafs. Leafs have a record of 7-7 in games decided by 2 or more goals. Because this season the Leafs have an overall record of 16-8-5-1, the Leafs in 1-goal games have a record of 9-1-5-1. That's right, the Leafs have only lost 1 game in regulation, and in 1-goal games, let's see here, so 18-23. So yeah, so 10-16. So that's 16 games the Leafs have played that have been decided by 1 goal. And in those games, the Leafs have earned 24 points. So that's a point percentage of 75 compared to one of 50 in games decided by 2 or more goals. But the Leafs really have to play better defensively. And yes, if the Leafs drop out of a playoff spot, I mean, keep in mind that, a loss in overtime or shootout will keep the Leafs in a playoff spot, but there's no guarantee that if the Leafs lose in regulation to the Blue Jackets, that the Leafs will stay in a playoff spot. Keep in mind, the Leafs need to keep in mind that the Panthers, Wings, Wings, and Bolts will be playing games on Saturday Eastern Time. And if all 3 of those teams win and the Leafs in regulation lose, that means the Leafs will drop down. And who wants that? So the Leafs are going to have to win. And, well, there's no telling if they will. So, what I want to do now is, so if the Leafs lose that game against the Blue Jackets, and as a consequence, they drop out, I will drop that grade to an F. So I give the Leafs 5 stars out of 10. Because yes, they've done a lot of things okay, but defensively, the Leafs have been a disaster. EF Samsonov has been a disaster, and there's no telling in terms of goaltending where things are going to go. My hope is that, effective after the NHL has removed its roster freeze, late on the evening of 27th of December Eastern Time, the Leafs will send Samsonov, put Samsonov on waivers. Samsonov will likely clear, so that the Leafs will free up a sufficient cap space to call up one of Vyacheslav Peksa, Dennis Hildeby, or Keith Petrucelli. And among those 3 goalies, Petrucelli has I believe has only ever played in the Americas. Indeed, I believe he is from the contiguous United States. So last season, indeed November 2022, Petrucelli, I didn't even know I had Twitter profiles, but it doesn't matter because when I look at here, yeah, so I'm going to go So the Leafs have yet to use Petrocelli at the NHL level. He did back up Matt Murray. He was a backup at one point. He's waivers exempt, but he's on entry level contract. And yeah, so he his numbers, cap friendly, only puts in gives numbers, gives stats from the 2011-12 North American hockey season. Played New England Junior Falcons, then Springfield Cathedral High, Boston Junior Bruins, and then the USHL, Winnipeg University, and then, well, last season he started playing. What was it? 2 seasons ago, 2 hockey seasons ago, he played for the Toronto Marlies. Then for the Newfoundland Growlers, and well, spent time last season also with the two. So I'd say that maybe Petrocelli is the one to call up because he has perhaps the most experience playing in the in hockey leagues based in the contiguous United States or Canada. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but well, let's see what happens. I mean, it's just the goaltending's a mess. So yeah, D-. That's the minimum. That's the minimum grade for a pass. But what the Faculty of Arts and Science calls marginal. So now we go with the Oilers. I mean, obviously, a lot of pundits out there claim the Oilers would go for a Stanley Cup or at least be in the mix. The Oilers aren't even in a playoff spot at this point. 31 points over 31 games. And they are 5 points back of the Coyotes for a wildcard spot. Well, does that mean the Oilers are going anywhere? We'll have to see. But what I see is the Oilers are just not playing. They did beat the Rangers late Friday Eastern time, but yeah, I'm not convinced the Oilers are we're going to see playoff action. But notoriously inconsistent. Goaltending has been the best in the world. So Stanley Cup, probably not this season. I did see the Oilers like the Leafs, finishing in a top 3 divisional spot. The Leafs still have a chance, but are barely hanging on. The Oilers will struggle to do so. They're not likely to. I mean, as of now, they're 9 points back of the Kings for top 3 divisional spots. So yeah, it's not looking good, if you ask me. And wildcard teams, can win playoff series. Last season, last postseason, Kraken won theirs over the Avs in 7 games. The Panthers beat the Bruins in 7. Went on to a Stanley Cup final. Ended up losing in this Cup final, though. So, yeah, the Oilers get an F from me. Yes, it's possible the Oilers will see playoff action, but it's still not looking good. Sens, no doubt an F for me because, well, yes, I saw the Sens as a potential playoff team, but there doesn't seem to be a lot out there. Even with a coaching change from DJ Smith, who had been there for quite some time, to Jacques Martin. Well, new coach bump hasn't worked so far, and who knows if it will. Just ask the Raptors under new head coach Darko Rajakovic. Well, there was that new coach bump during preseason play, but regular season play, not so much. So, see a little more later. But I thought I would do is, alright, just going to go to the NBA standings here. Going to go to the NBA standings. So I do apologize if the quality is not good. So, see the Eastern Conference. So yeah, the division, in that division the Raptors aren't doing that well, but ultimately what it comes down to is playoff qualification. In the Atlantic division, Raps are dead last. In terms of conference, the Raptors are in 12th. Yes, not far out of a play-in spot, but in terms of an automatic playoff spot, the Raps are 5.5 games back. So does that mean the Raps season is done? No. Last postseason, the Raps did qualify for a play-in spot, but ended up losing that game to the Chicago Bulls. Very close game, but still, it's not been, so why do I give the Raps an F? Well, simply put, yes, I didn't think the Raps would necessarily see playoff action, but given that last offseason, President Ujiri and GM Webster did as little as possible to change around the roster, other than trying to bring in Dennis Schroeder to replace point guard Fred VanVleet, who was left on unrestricted free agency. Nothing much has changed. And who knows what's going to happen with Pascal Siakam? What about OG Anunoby? Is the front office going to do anything much? It's very clear what's going on. These Raptors are struggling just to stay in a playing spot, and have lost 2 straight games and 7 of their last 10. The Raps have yet to win. All right, what do the Raptors do here? So, 121 to 111. 76ers are a divisional rival, 20-8. So that means the Raps have yet to win a game following last preseason against an intra-divisional opponent. So that's 8 straight losses. 8 losses in a row. Yeah. So that, in the Eastern Conference, is the worst record. Indeed, in the entire NBA, is the worst record. Indeed, the Raps are the only team in the entire NBA following last season to not have beaten a divisional opponent. Alright, so let's see about the Raptors and see if they are... Where did we go here? So I'm going to go to, the 121, 111 to the Sixers. So what it goes to... So yeah, so it's... in-season tournament, the Raptors didn't do very well, but... there's only 2 additions so far. Marcus Noel. So he's playing on a 2-way contract. Then Schroeder. That's it. So that's not very much. So yeah, in terms of Western Christmas, the Raptors have one more game left. On Saturday Eastern Time in the evening at Scotiabank Arena. Not sure what TV broadcaster will be carrying that game, but whatever it is. So the Raptors get an F from me. So yeah, didn't find out what happens, but overall, thought I would wrap this up by saying that it's important to keep in mind that there has yet to... Alright, I'm going to see here. So I'm going to see about the Toronto Raptors season. So yeah, the Raptors did see playoff action during that season, which still featured no Canadian NHL team that qualified. Indeed, during my lifetime, there has been only one such season during which no Canadian NHL team has qualified. And I feel that the Canucks are going to qualify for a 2024 playoff spot. The Jets the Winnipeg Jets are in a very good position to do the same, but again, they can't take things for granted. You know what happened last season when they faltered along the way, in February, and then barely got in. So it's quite possible the Leafs, with their record and their defense not being as good, will falter and will fall out of a playoff spot. A win will change things a lot, but we'll see what happens. It's not looking good. You know what happened with the Blue Jackets. The Leafs have against inferior opponents, so let's look at that there. So the Leafs, all right, against the Blue Jackets, have 2 games coming up. So the Leafs will not be facing the Jackets at home, but thankfully we'll be done and over with them before, January 2024. But again, it's going to be interesting to find out what happens. So I'm going to end off this video. And, yeah, these are the grades I gave Canada's various NHL and NBA teams. On that note, I'm going to say, go Leafs, go Raptors, go Toronto FC, go, and with respect to the upcoming World Juniors tournament, go Canada, go. That tournament is going to be taking place in Sweden from the 26th of December to 5th of January, Central European time. It's going to be very fun to watch, but again, I'm not sure when the games are. I have to check the schedule, but in the meantime, I'm going to sign off and hope everyone has a good weekend.